Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on in the world. And of course, today's big story was the death of Pope Francis. And I really liked that Pope. You know, for that institution, he was quite the progressive Pope. And I'm sorry that he passed away. His health wasn't very good as of late. And then early morning in Vatican time, he died of a stroke and basically heart failure that couldn't be, anything could be done for it. And he was 88 years old, so it'll be interesting who his successor is. But anyway, I thought I'd note this hilarious article. The Trump administration, just, oh God, they're trying to throw white meat, or not white meat, throw red meat on their racist supporters by trying to encourage women to have big families again. It ain't ever gonna happen. To persuade them to get married and have more children. Marriage is a crock. Biggest crock of shit ever devised. And that thing's dying out. Thank God it's dying out. But they're all upset because women are not bothering. More and more young women of all ages aren't even bothering with any of this anymore. Because they tried being nice. Earlier generations tried being nice. And tried to get child care and tried to get job sharing and all this other crap. But the problem is men wouldn't pull their weight on household chores or in child raising. They wouldn't do shit. They'd just dump it all on the woman. So younger women especially have finally gotten wise to the big scam that is marriage and the nuclear family. And they're saying no to it. And of course, even if they weren't saying no to it, big families are incompatible with women's rights and women's increased opportunities in education and in the labor market. So it is a permanent trend. But of course, this is all about the white birth rate. And this in itself is a racist thing, because they're assuming that people of color are having big families, and they aren't either. It's all across the board. And it's not much to do with the economy. It's that women are finally saying no to it. And there's no turning back. So the human race might eventually die out. You know, who knows? My light is flashing here. And this is so crazy. One proposal shared with AIDS would reserve 30% of scholarships for the Fulbright program, the prestigious government-backed international fellowship, for applicants who are married or have children. Nobody in their right fucking head gets married in their early 20s anymore, or in their teens, or even in their 20s. Well, anybody in their fucking mind even does it at all. Another would give a $5,000 cash baby bonus to every American mother after delivery, which it wouldn't even pay shitola. A third calls on the government to fund programs that educate women on their menstrual cycles, in part so they can better understand when they're ovulating and able to conceive. That almost sounds Catholic, you know. They don't want to conceive. These ideas and others are emerging from a movement concerned with declining birth rates that has been gaining steam for years and finally has allies in this crackpot administration, with Vance and Musk right in the forefront. But there's no way women are going to do it, because this has nothing to do with anything except their desire to live the lives they want. And yes, patriarchy is dying. And I say good riddance to that. Good riddance to marriage. Good riddance to the traditional family. Good riddance to all of it. A lot of people were miserable. And I think about a childhood friend I had, and I just found out here, but she married like 52 years ago, and now I look at her Facebook profile, and it says she's separated from her husband. Holy damn shit. And I guess I shouldn't be surprised that she finally had enough. But the shock is that it went on so long. But her case isn't unique. There are lots of them. Lots of women are just saying to hell with it. And she's like about 70 years old. And just saying to hell with it. So, you know, it's all a crock of shit. And this is something. Much of the movement is built around promoting a very specific idea of what constitutes a family, one that includes marriage between a man and a woman, and leaves out many families that don't conform. Sure, because it's patriarchy. It ain't gonna happen. This is all a waste of money and a waste of time, and women are never going back. So save your breath, Trump. Save your racist breath. And it's just all for nothing. So anyway, on that note, and this kind of jumped out at me because this ain't going anywhere. Anyway, that is it.